Recap: one of the most anticipated middleweight fights in decades resulted in a draw despite many boxing experts siding with Gennady Golovkin over Canelo Alvarez in their contentious Saturday battle at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Judge Don Trella had the fight 114,114, while Dave Moretti scored the fight 115,113 in favor of Golovkin. Adelaide Bird had the most controversial scorecard, 118,110 for Alvarez. International Business Times scored the fight 116,112 for Golovkin. Boss Harold Lederman also scored it that way for Golovkin. The result, which has drawn many raised eyebrows, is expected to prompt a rematch. After the fight, Golovkin admitted dismay with the result but also relief that he remains the champion of the middleweight division. "It was a big drama show," Golovkin said. "The scorecards are not my fault. I put pressure on him every round. Look, I still have all the belts. I'm still the champion," Golovkin said, in response to many who may have felt the draw may have tarnished his unblemished record. Preview: best boxing match of 2017 is finally here. Canelo Alvarez 4,911 and Gennady Golovkin 370 are set to fight Saturday night at Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena, pitting the world's best middleweights against one another. It's probably the #1 fight that boxing fans have been waiting to see over the last 2 years. Golovkin has dominated the middleweight division, knocking out just about every opponent he has faced and making an argument to be ranked as boxing's best pound-for-pound fighter. Alvarez is the sport's biggest pay-per-view draw, and the jump to 160 pounds has been long overdue after proving to be the top 154-pound fighter. Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor brought together boxing, MMA and casual sports fans for the best-selling fight of 2017, but the undefeated boxer was always going to get the victory. Andre Ward vs. Sergey Kovalev was arguably a matchup of top 5 fighters, though their styles didn't make for the bout that Alvarez vs. Golovkin does. Golovkin might have more power than anyone in boxing, and it helped him record 23 straight knockouts from 20,082,016. His most recent fight against Daniel Jacobs went the distance, though the champ did score a knockdown in the unanimous decision victory. Alvarez doesn't have nearly the same knockout percentage, though he rarely has a fight that doesn't entertain. He landed 228 punches in his last fight, getting the best of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in all 12 rounds. The fight between Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin is the most difficult fight to predict this year. Pictured Alvarez and Golovkin face off during the final press conference at MGM Hotel Casino on September 13, 2017 in Las Vegas. Photo Getty Images. Saturday's winner would have an argument to be considered the best boxer in the world, regardless of weight class. Golovkin enters the bout with a perfect record and 18 straight successful title defenses. The only loss Alvarez has ever suffered was at the hands of Floyd Mayweather when he was 23 years old. Having only fought as a middleweight and never lost, Golovkin is the slight betting favorite. Alvarez, however, is a much smaller underdog than he was a year ago when it seemed like the fight might become a reality. The Mexican fighter has won 7 consecutive bouts, and 3 of his last 5 fights haven't reached the 10th round. Even though the odds are close, Alvarez is in an unfamiliar position as an underdog. He's entered all of his fights as the favorite with the exception of 2, according to OddsShark. Mayweather was not surprisingly favored in the 2013 bout, and the odds were against Alvarez when he fought Jose Cotto in a 2010 welterweight fight. Both fighters came in at exactly 160 pounds at Friday afternoon's weigh-in. Alvarez moved up from 154 pounds to 164 pounds for his last fight, though HES never fought at the middleweight limit of 160 pounds. Alvarez has been guaranteed a purse of $5 million, while Golovkin is set to make no less than $3 million. Both fighters will make significantly more based on PPV revenue and ticket sales. The 3 judges are Don Trella, Connecticut; Adelaide Bird, Nevada; and Dave Moretti, Nevada. Kenny Bayless is the referee. Here is how International Business Times scores the Alvarez-Golovkin fight. Round 1. Golovkin started the fight with a jab, cutting off the ring and applying pressure for much of the round. GGG used his jab effectively and Canelo landed a couple of body shots. but GGG was more active and takes the first round. Golovkin 109 Round 2. Not much action in the first minute, though Canelo lands a combination to the face. Golovkin is on the defensive for much of the round, landing a couple of jabs that don't seem to have much effect. A few impactful body shots and control of the ring gives this one to Canelo. Alvarez 109 Round 3. Golovkin finally utilizes some power punches, starting off the round by landing multiple shots to the head. It's the best round of the fight as Golovkin lands a few left hooks and Canelo scores some good body shots. Golovkin 109 Round 4. Both fighters are now looking to land power shots, and Golovkin finally goes to the body. Canelo is still effective with his body shots in the first minute, but GGG gets Canelo up against the ropes 90 seconds in. Golovkin seems to have found his groove. Golovkin 109 Round 5. GGG gets Canelo up against the ropes again and lands a good combination. Canelo fights out of it and is able to keep pace with more body shots. GGG lands a right to Canelo's head, the biggest shot of the round. Just as Canelo looks to be hurt, he comes back with a few shots to the head of his own. Canelo showed great resolve, but it might have been too late. Golovkin 109 Round 6. Canelo lands maybe his best shot of the fight with a left hand to Golovkin's body. The two trade some shots in the center of the ring, and Golovkin backs up Canelo into to the ropes again. GGG isn't able to maintain control as Canelo fights out of trouble. That one can go either way. Golovkin 109 Round 7. It's the same story in Round 7. GGG gets Canelo up against the ropes, but Golovkin isn't quite able to take advantage. He's able to land enough headshots to steal the round, though Canelo is hanging around and landing some big body shots that could be stealing some rounds. Golovkin 109 Round 8. Golovkin is on the attack in the first 30 seconds with some more good shots to the head. Canelo continues to work the body, though he swings and misses when trying to go upstairs. Canelo counters with a good uppercut 2 minutes in, but his counters aren't enough to match Golovkin, who might have landed twice as many punches that round. Golovkin 109 Round 9. What a first minute. They're trading shots in the corner and Canelo seems to be hurt for a second. But the Mexican fighter isn't backing down, countering with shots to the head of his own. GGG is eating a lot of Canelo's power punches. It's Canelo's best round in a while, but GGG takes another one. Golovkin 109 Round 10. Canelo is working the body and seems to have GGG in some trouble. We've got a brawl on our hands as the action moves toward the ropes. GGG fights back and is landing the jab effectively. Canelo seems to be worn out, but he's dodging any power shots from Golovkin. They trade more shots to close out an exciting round. Alvarez 109 Round 11. Less action in this round, but Canelo picks things up 90 seconds in. He lands some shots to the head, though GGG takes control and cuts off the ring. Golovkin is landing his jab, but missing some effective power shots. Canelo probably did more damage and takes another round. Alvarez 109 Round 12. Canelo comes out firing, landing a big right hand before the ref breaks things up. Canelo is all over GGG with shots to the head that are affecting GGG. But Golovkin counters with power shots of his own. Neither fighter is taking any part of this round off. Canelo landed more power shots and finishes the fight strong. Alvarez 109 Final IBT scorecard. Golovkin 116, Alvarez 112. Final result draw 118,110, Alvarez 115,113, Golovkin 114,114.